following movie is rated R.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is feeling good today. So let's go ahead and get down. So I want to talk about Diddy. I understand we're tired of talking about this situation, but an interesting development has surfaced. So you guys remember Jonathan Hay? I believe he said that he was Rihanna's publicist at one point in time. He did an interview with Jaguar Wright and things of that nature. And as a matter of fact, Jonathan has been making his rounds, doing a multitude of interviews on many platforms, and he's basically talking about this situation in its entirety. So I didn't know until he revealed it recently that he's the actual John Doe that filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that Diddy back in 2020 was watching PORN and he basically beat one off in a Biggie shirt and threw it at him, and also he forced Jonathan to go down on him. So Jonathan claims back in February of 2020 he went to this warehouse with Biggie's son and also Diddy, and they were doing a project. He was working on a project for the both of them, and he said that CJ wanted to go through his father's clothes before he donated some to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Jonathan says he started going through Biggie's clothes, and once Diddy recognized that the two of them were alone, that's when Diddy took the opportunity to start beating off underneath one of Biggie's shirts, and then he asked Jonathan to come over here and finish him off. And that's when Diddy just tossed it at him after he had finished in the shirt. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Now, Jonathan said that he remained quiet about the incident that transpired for quite some time. That was until December of 2020, where he decided to open up and he actually told CJ about it. But him telling CJ about the situation actually caused a rift between them. Now, I guess the rift between the two of them did not cause them to completely sever ties with one another, because Jonathan flew out to Los Angeles in March of 2021 to work with CJ and an entrepreneur by the name of Willie Mack. Now, Jonathan claims once he got to the house that two men met him and basically roughed him up. Then they put something over his head, and that's when Diddy appeared. And Diddy started calling him a snitch because he actually spoke to CJ about the situation that allegedly transpired with Diddy. And so then that's when Diddy started to repeatedly force his you-know-what into Jonathan's MOUF, okay? Now, it's important to note that Jonathan Hay actually sued CJ Wallace and others back in July, claiming that they were witnesses to all of this and no one is saying anything. Everybody went mum on the situation or whatever the case may be. And he's pushing for criminal charges to be filed against Diddy on a state and federal level. Now, CJ is coming out that corner, boxing his way out of this. He's basically denying everything. He said that he did not lure Jonathan Hay to be essayed by Diddy. He didn't witness anything. He didn't see anything of that nature. And in fact, he's filing his own lawsuit against Jonathan, and he's seeking punitive and compensatory damages because he's basically saying that Jonathan has made defamatory comments by accusing CJ of being a willing participant at some of Diddy's freak-offs. Now, CJ has come out and adamantly denied that being the case. And it seems as though, according to CJ's side of things and his team, that this is all over music. Now, CJ and his team are basically saying that Hay didn't start complaining until after a failed deal over a song that he remixed called Ready to Dance. And it was a project that CJ and Mac worked on in 2020. Now, the song was released, but the rest of the songs that Hay produced were not released. And it was due to low audience interest in the single. And so that's when Jonathan started to produce this erratic behavior. And this is when all of these accusations started to ensue. Now, it didn't stop there, because Jonathan was on this ill-advised pursuit to try to rattle CJ somehow by making claims that CJ and this guy named Mac were in a full-blown relationship. And CJ has adamantly, and Mac have denied those claims, and it's just a crazy situation right now. Now, CJ also claims that he has emails of Jonathan Hay stating that it was a beautiful experience to work with him and Mac. So I guess this is going to be hashed out in the courts, y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this up to you. I want you guys to feel free to drop down and let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks for watching.